Alright guys, so I think it's really important to have a really nice base when doing a smoky eye because you're going to be adding such intense colors to your eyes. So first, I always like to just add like concealer to my eyelids, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. concealer this time. Usually I use the Shape Tape, but that one's a little too thick, and we're going to be adding a dark base on top of this. So this is just basically going to neutralize our eyelids. Like if you have discoloration, my eyelids are a little bit like darker, or if you have like, I know some people have like veiny eyelids. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just using a brush to apply this. So add a nice even layer all over your lid. So with smoky eyes, I feel like a lot of people just go in with black eyeshadow and just blend it all over their eyes. But for me, I feel like you have to add dimension to make it look a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to start off with brown. I feel like it's important to add browns as well with your smoky eye. So I'm going to take this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the color Whiskey. It's just a brown, and I'm going to be applying it pretty much all over my eyelid. I'm going to be blending it out with a brush, but really try to focus it on your lash line. That's basically where you want the darkest colors. So I'll show you guys like where I'm applying it and how I blend it out. So I'm going to go ahead and work in layers. So I just added that line of eyeliner. Now I'm going to take a brush and just start blending it out. Went ahead and like took a bunch of the product on the back of my hand, and then picked it up with my brush, and then just start blending the base onto my lid. Alright, so that's good enough for this eye. You just want a base. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to add eyeshadow on top. So there's this eye, so I'm going to quickly go over and do my other eye. So next we're going to go into eyeshadow, and one of my favorite palettes for like neutrals, browns, those type of colors is the Desi X Katie Dose of Colors palette. And I'm sure you guys have all seen it because everyone has it. It's like not a new thing, but it's one of my favorite palettes. So I'm going to start off by going in with this one. It's called Necessary. It's like the perfect name because it's like a necessary with like all types of looks. So I'm going to start off with that, and I'm going to go in with the Morphe R38, just a fluffy crease brush, and start obviously adding it into our crease. Next, I'm going to go in with another brown from the palette, Cheens, the darkest brown in the palette, and I'm going to go in with the Morphe M332. This brush I recommend to everyone. It's my favorite crease brush. It gets, like, it fits right in the crease, and it's still fluffy enough that it blends out colors, but it, like, packs on enough color as well. So, definitely recommend this brush. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that color because it's really pigmented, and start applying that into the crease as well, but keeping it like right in the crease. I'm not going to be blending it outward, just to deepen that part up. So I'm adding it to my crease, but I'm keeping that color just in like the outer 2/3 of my crease. I don't want this inner part to be too dark, just because if you add a bunch of darkness into the like closer into the center of your eyes, it's just going to close off your eyes. So we do want this to be smoky and dark, but leave some lightness just to open up your eyes. So I am adding that dark brown more so in the outer 2/3 of my eye. So I'm also kind of dragging it downward onto my lid, to deepen that part up, but staying in those outer 2/3 as well. So I've been blending that Cheens, is that what it's called? Cheens all over my eyelid, but I'm going to take another clean fluffy brush to start blending everything out. So this is the Makeup Shack T12. So in between, I'm just going to be taking this brush. It has no eyeshadow on it, and just blend everything together. I think that's the key to a smoky eye as well, is to make sure all the colors are completely blended. So I'm just going to take this and just start blending it. So I'm just going to be alternating like brushes, like the one with the eyeshadow and then the clean brush. Next I'm going to take, I'm going to go back in with Necessary, and I'm going to take this Makeup Shack T48, which is a flat brush, and pack that color onto the brush and just start packing that color into our inner third, into the inner thirds of our eyes, to have some color in there. But like I said, we don't want too dark of a color that's going to close off our eyes, but we still want to keep it a little dark because it is a smoky eye. So if you wanted to, you could totally just stop right here and have like a brown smoky eye. I really like how this looks, but I'm gonna be adding some black. So I'm gonna take, I think the darkest black I have is from the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia. It's called Noir. So I'm gonna take that with the Morphe M222. And I'm going to start by adding it to the outer V of my eye. I'm also really going to focus on my lash line. So starting off with the lash line, I'm just going to start packing the black onto there. And I really love this brush because it's really dense, so it packs on the color, but at the same time it's fluffy, so you can be like, so what I like to do is pack the color where I want it, and then I'll just take the exact same brush and just start blending everything. And I'm going to start dragging the color upwards, kind of dragging it towards the crease. And kind of going with that same motion of packing the color and then blending. So as you're doing this, just start off with a little bit of eyeshadow, blending, working your way up to a darker outer V, rather than taking a bunch of color and then messing it up and not being able to blend it out. So just work your way with like a little bit of black, blending. You don't have to like add it all in at once. So the black, I'm sticking to the outer V of my eye, the outer like third of my eye, but I'm also dragging it a little bit farther across my lash line, as well as like right in the socket, like right in my crease, but I'm leaving this space with just the brown. So I don't know if you guys can see, so I'm sticking right here the black on my outer third, but dragging it here onto my lash line, and then a little bit into like the middle part of my crease, but just in the socket. So now I'm going to go back in with the M332 and try to blend out the edges of the black, but be careful to not like cover your whole eye in black. So just really precisely go in exactly in the areas where you added the black and just really gently try to like blend out those edges. Next, I'm going to go back in with the T48 flat brush from Makeup Shack and Necessary, and doing the same thing that I had done with these two things, just like adding it into the inner third of my eye. Next, with the same brush, the Morphe 332, I'm just going to take a combination of Necessary and Cheens. So just go back and forth and then blend out the edges of the black eyeshadow. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rest of the face. And because the eyes are so heavy and dark, you want everything else to look really natural, really soft. So I want my skin to look really moisturized and healthy and not too cakey. So I'm going to really moisturize my face. I'm going to start off with this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice. So I'm going to go in with a couple pumps of that. And for the foundation, today I'm going to be using my Hourglass Vanish Stick in the color Ivory. And then, I don't think I mentioned it, but to clean up the edges of the eyeshadow because it was a little too messy, I just took a makeup wipe and just with my finger, just like did a line on each side. This one's a little uneven. So basically all I did was this. Next, I'm going to go ahead and contour, and I'm going to start by doing a cream contour with the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Beautiful Bronze. And this is really pigmented. I think I've already shown you guys how I use this in another video, but I'm just going to do like 3 dots, and I work one side at a time because it does dry pretty quickly. And then this is the Morphe M427. Next, I'm going to add concealer, and I just want something that's obviously going to cover the darkness in my under eye, but I don't want something too full coverage, just something light, natural, just like with my foundation. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camo concealer, and I don't know which my color is best for me because I bought these two. I bought light sand, and then it was really light, so then I bought medium beige, and it's really dark. So I'm just going to do a combination of both of these. And to set my concealer, I'm going to go in with the Seal the Deal loose translucent powder by Lawless. And then to set the cream contour that I added, I'm going to go in with the Tarteist Pro Glow and use the color Sculpt with the e.l.f. small tapered brush. Now I'm going to go in with bronzer. My favorite bronzer is the Fenty Stalk'r in Shady Biz. Next, for blush, I'm gonna go in with this Becca blush in blushed copper. It's blushed copper. That's exactly what that color is. It's just a shimmery coppery color. And I feel like it's a little too dark, so when blushes are a little too dark but I still like the color and I just want like a light flush on my face, I like using stippling brushes. This one's by e.l.f. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that color and then just kind of pat it on my cheeks. I just feel like with like an actual like fluffy brush, if I were to go in with this blush and just apply it, it would be a little much. So with this, I feel like you can control how much, and it just applies a little at a time. So next, I don't know why I've been feeling like I need to do this, is just like cleaning up my contour and blush and all of that. So I just take my beauty sponge with a little bit of powder, and I just do that. And I feel like by the time I get to the other side, it's time to wipe off this side. So it's not baking. I don't leave it on for a long time. I literally just do that, and then I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and clean it off. And then for my lower lash line, I don't want to do something too dark because obviously there's a lot up on top. So, but we do need some balance. So I'm just going to go back in with the Dose of Colors palette, and I'm going to go in with Necessary first and blend it out in my lower lash line. And then if I feel like I need to deepen that up, I'll just go ahead and use Cheens as well. Oh, and this is the the Makeup Shack T67. Yeah, and I think Necessary is all I need. I don't think I need to add any of Cheens. And then for lips, first I'm going to outline them with the Morphe lip pencil in Sweet Tea. And then, so I really want them to be like super nude, so I'm going to go in with Stockholm Soft Matte Lip Cream by NYX. And I'm going to fill in my lips with this, and I'm basically going to go over the lip liner as well. And then to top off my lips, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick in Sugar Sugar. Alright guys, so that's the look. I hope you guys liked it. It's really cute. I really like it, but it does take a long time because you really want to blend all the colors out. So wear this on a cute date, to a party, go clubbing, quinceañera, all of that. So if you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.